I am well medicated. I'm ready to go. I don't know how long I'll be on because, I mean, I feel really good right. This is the best I've felt since it happened. Oh, my back. Oh, fuck, I fucking flinched so hard I hurt my back. Yeah, I have to say, this is the best I've felt. Alright, anyway. I have managed to remain mostly spoiler-free. I don't wanna like, move too much, but like, oh my god, I can move my neck. So this is the big one, right? I mean, this is the big one, right? I have a feeling I know why my back got fucked. I actually have a feeling I know why. You guys are gonna bully me though. In order to stay logged into RuneScape, and you know, as long as you click the screen once every 10 minutes, right, you'll stay logged into RuneScape and you'll keep XPing, right? And so, in order to stay logged in as long as possible, I was sleeping in my stream room on the floor. And so I have a feeling I was actually hurting my back sleeping on the floor. But yeah, I'm not gonna do that anymore. That's probably not a good idea. Yeah, I haven't read the manifesto yet. It was really hard. Everywhere I look, Twitter, YouTube, like it's spoilers everywhere. It's spoilers everywhere. I haven't read it yet, but I take it it must be good news, maybe? Post chat? I mean, I'll just say now, before I encountered any spoilers, talking with Ziz, I said they can't remove Archnemesis, and that the only way forward is to make Archnemesis feel good. My prediction was that they're not going to remove Archnemesis, that they're going to make it feel good somehow. Alright, reading music. Do I whip out the reading music? Alright. 3.20 Balance Manifesto. Monster mods in Archnemesis. In our upcoming 3.20 expansion, Archnemesis will be replaced. Oh. Right, so... Wow, the first line. The very first line. Archnemesis will be replaced with a system that is more similar to the way monster was worked in the past. I can't believe they did this, but they quintupled down so hard in the league. They quintupled down so hard. I mean, that's all you have to read? Is it over? We just... The issue that players often had with Archnemesis were the keyworded mod names were not fully descriptive of what they did. This I don't view as a problem, because people will figure it out eventually. And they could have trimmed it. Like, there's multiple ways to fix this. I think Ziggy offered a few solutions. He said instead of having like a list of 30 different modifiers, they could have had a list of 15. The mods often had multiple effects bundled, which made them harder to understand. Yeah, this one was shit. What was the mod Trickster? PoE Archnemesis. Look at this one, chat. Look at this. This is one mod on an Archnemesis. 100% chance to suppress spell damage, prevent 10% additional suppressed spell damage, 50% less damage over time taken, non-damaging element reflection, every 8 seconds it flees. While fleeing, avoid 75% damage from hits, gain 200% haste, and 1000% increased evasion. While fleeing, it also casts frost balls at players with 1.5 second cooldown or 1.5 second global cooldown. And while not fleeing, it also takes 50% less damage.
Feeling better less than 3.
This was one singular modifier. And you wouldn't think that's, like, the bottom half, this is what it should say, right? This Trickster, that should be all. The fact that it has all of this on top is like, that's the problem, right? The way Archnemesis rewards were set up meant that many players felt that they couldn't just kill the monster. They had to consider if they wanted to bring a magic find character in to maximize reward. The goals of the new system are mods do one specific thing. Mods, so wait, wow. Vera actually said they would do this. The goals of the new system are the mods do, see, the fact that they call it new system, I'm curious, you know, we'll see. Mods do one specific thing. Mods say what they do rather than having a thematic name. Encounters are simplified on average while retaining interesting fights. Players are no longer required to do annoying actions to maximize rewards. Mods say what they do rather than having a thematic name you must learn and remember. For example, rather than Incendiary, which broke down into 6 properties, you'd now see Monster with either Ignites or Fire and Ignite resistant. But hear me out. Okay, let's go with 2 to 4, just as an example, because that's what they said they're testing. 4 modifiers is less mods than 1 modifier in the current system. And keeping in mind that you could fight monsters with 2, potentially 3, even up to 4. I guess what I'm saying is, are they not making the game like Giga Turbo, Mega, or Mega Turbo easy? In Archnemesis, rewards were associated with individual mods. This meant that you could tell what kind of rewards you would get in advance. In some cases, you were then effectively required to fetch a Magic Find culling character to make sure that you maximize the value of the monster mod that you had found. In other cases, you would ignore a monster completely if you knew they would only drop rewards that were of no value to you. In the new system, we have added a significant pool of new rewards to rares, but the reward that is on the monster is hidden and not associated with a specific mod. So you don't know what kind of rewards you will get until you kill the monster. Rare monsters with more mods are more likely to have these special hidden modifiers. This new reward system smooths out the spikiness. Oh, so it still works exactly the same, effectively. It just means you can't identify these monsters in advance. Like, it won't be as obvious as a god touch mob. It'll be more like a difficult encounter that you might drop loot. Like, it has a higher chance to drop loot. Like, you might have to, yeah. Okay, that does solve it pretty much. You're gonna need to run Magic Find all the time. That's good, actually. I actually think this is fantastic. Yeah. I'm glad they didn't just remove Magic Find. I'm good with this gameplay loop for Magic Find. I mean, that's a whole separate discussion whether or not Magic Find should even exist. I guess it's popular to say fuck Magic Find. I kind of like it. Like, I don't hate it. I think it shouldn't feel mandatory. I'm very happy with Magic Find as long as it doesn't feel mandatory. The original motivation for developing Archnemesis was that the previous monster mod system was very out of date. The result is a system that is very similar to what monster mods used to be like, but with much more up-to-date content and balance. While you can certainly still encounter scary combinations that really wake you up, it's a lot rarer than it was under the Archnemesis system. We feel that the new system is more modern and interesting and easier to understand. So, I mean, I don't know why you guys said they weren't rebranding. This is very clearly rebranding. It's still like the idea. The goals of Archnemesis and the goals of the new system seem to be the same to me, at least. There is nothing they could have done to Archnemesis while keeping it Archnemesis that would have made people happy. There's no win condition. Archnemesis is shit. It's frustrating. It annoys people. It like deleted an entire league from, yeah, it was my least favorite league I've ever played. And it was, a lot of people I think agree. It was rough, right? So how do you make it good? You just call it not Archnemesis. Fixed. Because these are good changes, by the way. I just want to make this very clear. These are all very good changes, but the intention is still the same. But the fact that they called it not Archnemesis is going to resonate very well with a lot of players. It's going to make people think, okay, they finally listened. The idea behind Archnemesis was twofold. Number one, make the base rare monsters in the game that you find, whether it's from Legion, Delirium, or just the base game, right? To make those monsters more equalized and rewarding and difficult. It should be a challenge to fight it when you do encounter a mod like that, and it should be rewarding. And to me, that's what Archnemesis is supposed to be. It actually does do that. The problem, I would say, is it's too complicated, too difficult, too frustrating, and obviously it's been abused with the Magic Find bullshit. By making the rewards hidden, it gets rid of that Magic Find cull gameplay, which is important. I guess the one thing I'll say here that's interesting is it seems to me they're making the game way easier. That's probably the big thing, I would say. Path of Exile is not supposed to be a game where you're supposed to be clenching diamonds. Like, you're not supposed to clench coal into diamonds in your asshole while you're just mapping in like tier 16s. Like, the spikiness was too frequent, too high. It's too, like, just too much focus at all times. It's too oppressive. That's a good term for it. It was too oppressive. That is a very good way of putting it, yes. Oppressive. Like, it's fine if it's like that occasionally, but it was like that too often. Oh, Kaiser and Pew's new direction. Oh, this is the clip, yeah.
Why a lot of people can sit down and play PoE the past, like, I don't even know how many years. They can sit down and play the game and grind for like 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 hours straight because it's fucking chill, right? But when you make it require a lot of attentiveness and energy to, like, play your character because you gotta dodge stuff and your character takes forever to kill shit and things that hit you actually can kill you pretty easily, right? Like, that's draining. It's exhausting.
Keeping in mind, I would say Kaiser is as hardcore as it comes. It's not about the difficulty being too hard, because he can play. He's literally cleared the gauntlet. There's like 5 people or some shit in the game that have done. It's about that oppressive feeling, that like lack of enjoyment.